We are going to discuss the retention options. I'm going to start with a no-brainer, and I think it's going to be that way for the next 3 years at least. Virat Kohli.
It's absolute no-brainer, Badri.
Even though they haven't got a title in their books, but then
He's the face of the franchise.
is this a non-verbal communication from RCB side?
And I think Maxwell will not be picked by RCB.
Will he be retained or no?
I won't retain Faf. No.
Magnificent catch. Just look at Badri now, diving into it.
Lovely shot. Kicks it over the offside. That's a good shot.
Back-to-back boundaries. Hello and welcome to Cric It with Badri. It's another episode of Cric Debate. This video is presented to you by DAFA News. We have Pratham with us. Hi Pratham.
Hi, Badri. How are you?
Very well, thank you. You guys will know what this video is about as soon as you see Pratham and the symbol that you can see behind him, the color that he is wearing, and his screensaver as well. Royal Challengers Bangalore, RCB, one of the most celebrated and one of the most famous teams in the Indian Premier League. We are going to discuss the retention options that are available with the Royal Challengers Bangalore and what would be the ideal scenario for them. So straight away, let's get into the video. Pratham, I'm going to start with a no-brainer, and I think it's going to be that way for the next 3 years at least. Virat Kohli. He is a certainty and he will be retained as the #1 player by RCB. It's not just cricket, Pratham. Let's be honest, it goes beyond cricket. It's a nice relationship. He's a brand by himself, played for RCB throughout his life, and he has expressed his interest to play for RCB as well. So both ways, from Virat Kohli's perspective as well as RCB's perspective, is it a no-brainer? Virat Kohli #1 retention.
It's absolute no-brainer, Badri. I think Virat made his IPL start with RCB. He'll end with RCB. There is absolutely no doubt. You can hear other star players going here and there, but Virat will stay with RCB till he decides to walk away from the IPL. And he's the face of the franchise. Let's face it. He's the face of the franchise. So yeah, that's a no-brainer. #1 retention, 18 crore, Virat Kohli.
Yeah, I think we both agree on that. There is no debate there because he's a brand as well. You know, RCB is one of the most famous teams, even though they haven't got a title in their books, but then they are still one of the most famous franchisees, and because of Virat Kohli, we have to be honest, he's a brand by himself. Next, we are going to go straight away into Glenn Maxwell. Pratham, he celebrated his 36th birthday on Monday, and there were a lot of wishes pouring in from everywhere, but there was not a single wish from RCB franchise. Pratham, is this a non-verbal communication from RCB side? See, he's been great. He's been excellent in T20 cricket, especially when playing for Australia. Maxwell has been phenomenal, but not so great for RCB, Pratham. In fact, they contemplated dropping him. In fact, he was dropped. What do you think about Maxwell? I personally think he will not be retained and he will go into the auction. Maybe right to match. But what is your opinion on that?
I think Maxwell, the white ball cricketer for Australia, and Maxwell, the IPL cricketer, and when I say white ball, I'm talking about T20 as well as 50 over, has definitely overachieved for Australia, absolutely no doubt. But Maxwell, the IPL cricketer, has underachieved, except for that one season with RCB, where about 5 or 6 games he contributed, for which he was again picked. It reminds me of Yuvraj. Yuvraj achieved so much for India in white ball cricket. 2007 T20 World Cup, 2011 World Cup. Yuvraj, the IPL cricketer, never achieved as much as he achieved for India. So you can definitely draw that parallel with Maxwell. And I think Maxwell will not be picked by RCB. Forget wishing him for his birthday or not wishing him. I think the decision was made.
Are you saying that they won't even use the RTM? They won't even bid for Maxwell? That is it. So bidding farewell. That's it. Goodbye, Maxwell. Is that the scenario you're talking about?
Yeah, if I'm RCB, that's what I would do. I will cut ties with Maxwell. I think they're done.
That's a big statement, Pratham, because if I'm in RCB side, for all the poor performance that he has done, if he comes at a good price, let's say that he puts his base price as 2 crores, suddenly I see a Maxwell available at 4 or 5 crores. I might just put him in my bag. I don't know.
I mean,
we have to wait and watch how much he's going to go for.
Yeah, he's a wild card, but I don't see RCB breaking the bank for him, is what I'm saying. Let me rephrase. I don't see RCB breaking the bank for him. And if final offer for Maxwell is 4 crores, 4.5, 5 crores, absolutely they'll go for it. But I think Maxwell will go for a lot more because the promise of Maxwell always excites franchises around the IPL. So what if he can turn the game for us, even 2 games, 3 games, and what if it's a final?
Yeah.
That lure of Maxwell is always there. So
Yes.
yeah, I don't think he'll be available for 5 crores.
For all the big prices that he has gone over the years, definitely he has not justified the price tag. That is a truth that we have to accept that is there before us. The next iconic player we're going to discuss about is the RCB skipper himself, Faf du Plessis. Faf du Plessis has led RCB play into playoffs 2 times. He's done a reasonable job. He led St. Lucia Kings to a title as well this year in the Caribbean Premier League, Pratham. So as a captain, Faf has done really well. As a batsman, he's performed phenomenally well. He doesn't figure in the T20 format for his country, South Africa, anymore. But when we take IPL and leadership, Faf has his value. And he's a great guy as well. I know him we played quite a lot of cricket together in CSK for a long time. He's a great guy to have around. I think he will be one of the retentions. He should be retained by RCB because of the leadership quality, the options that he brings, and his fitness, his ability to play. So I think RCB will retain Faf.
I think you got 3 more years, Badri. The question is, will RCB put a price on Faf for 3 more years? Remember, when they got Faf the last time around, they got it at a fairly low price. Surprisingly,
Before
CSK
you
didn't
go
go
further, Pratham, I'm just going to ask you one crisp question. Will he be retained or no? Tell me, then you can.
I won't retain Faf. No, maybe I'll use an RTM, but I will not retain Faf.
Again, a big statement.
No, I won't retain Faf.
So you're looking at a major overhaul at RCB. Maxwell will not be retained, and the Faf also will not be retained. Is that what you're saying?
I think let me rephrase it. There is a more chance of Faf being used for, an RTM being used for Faf than for Maxwell. If I'm RCB, that's what I think they will do.
Oh, okay. Okay. The reasons is you think his Faf's age is the factor, or the options that he brings in, his ability. What is the reason for that?
I think the age is one. Faf is he's supremely fit. Let's not debate that. But I think 3 years is a long time. And if I'm RCB, I need a major overall. I don't know. This is just me thinking aloud. I don't know if they've had a chat with Virat and sounded him out about coming back as RCB skipper again. Because remember, Virat on his own said, "I don't want the pressures of captaincy. Let me enjoy the IPL." So Are they going to ask Virat, "Can you come back and ride the horse one more time?" And then if that is the case, then, even if they don't RTM Faf, it's not a big deal because they've got Virat, they've got the leader, they've got an opener, they're sorted. So it all depends on what conversations they've had with Virat, which we're not privy to.
Yeah. Virat has a good relationship with Maxwell and Faf, but we'll have to wait and watch. Another player who's been a mixed bag is Mohammed Siraj. He is part of all 3 formats. He's part of the Indian side in all 3 formats, Pratham. I reckon he should be retained. Why wouldn't you retain him? Because, see, the options for Indian fast bowlers are very limited, and he's been with the franchisee for quite a while. So I will look to retain Mohammed Siraj, but then you are straight away shaking your head. So
Badri, I personally feel, and I'm not sitting at the auction table, nor am I an RCB scout. I personally feel Mohammed Siraj is better suited for ODIs and Test cricket. He's not a genuine T20 bowler the way you would label a T20 bowler. So I think Mohammed Siraj will be available to you as an RTM. Yes, he's an Indian quick bowler. He could command more, but can RCB build a better core? Because look at it. Right now, the problem with RCB is last year they were really short on bowling options, and they put faith in a couple of bowlers which really didn't pan out for them. So if you're going to go back and revamp the whole side, Siraj probably is a right to match. I don't know if I'm going to pay him 18 crores or 14 crores and retain him. That is what I think. So I'm not very certain they'll do it. As of now, I feel there's only...
My approach to this is, if not Mohammed Siraj, when you go to the auction, who are the other options? So a player should be judged on what are the other options available in the same category. So I feel that if Mohammed Siraj, an opening bowler that he is, yes, he's definitely more suited to a test format. His natural length is fuller, and probably swing is his weapon. Death bowling has not been his forte. So seeing all this T20 cricket, IPL, he might not have the greatest value. Maybe an RTM option straight away, not an retention. But as an RCB franchise, I'll look to keep him only because of the reason the other options are not available. So I will look to RTM Mohammed Siraj.
Okay, yeah, RTM maybe, but I won't retain him. That's what I was saying. I won't retain Mohammed Siraj, maybe RTM. And I think RCB as a franchise needs to start looking more at local talent. They've got some phenomenal local talent. Karnataka, of course, is a serial winner of the Ranji Trophy, or Mushtaq Ali or Vijay Hazare. So they've got some serious talent there. And if you look at that RCB roster, they really haven't played any of the local talent at all, which I think is a mistake. So I think they definitely, and they've got some very good bowlers there. Vijay Kumar Vaishak is a fantastic bowler. Manoj Bandage. There are players there who they've never even used in the IPL. So
But
RCB really need to go back and look at their local talent also.
This is not the first time, this is not the last time. We have spoken about this quite a bit, the local talent. Not just RCB, many other franchises, inclusive of CSK, have not recognized the local talent as much they should have probably. Only the first few years of IPL, we saw a lot of local talent being recruited by these franchises. But since then, it has not yet happened. So it's not just with RCB, but every other franchisee has the same mindset. They don't look to put a lot of confidence into the local talent. Let's go more to the next player. Rajat Patidar, Priyatham, he is an exciting prospect. He was the most successful Indian batter last year for RCB. He played quite a bit. These Indian middle order batsman options, when they go into the auctions, from personal experience, I can say that they go for big tag, big prices, because it's a rare commodity when you're a really good Indian batsman, because you have a value and you are certainty in the 11. So Rajat Patidar, a probable RTM option. I think they might not retain him straight away, but a good RTM.
I'll differ with you, Badri. Indian batsman who can play spin brilliantly like Rajat Patidar can. He's a 6-hitter in the middle, and he can hit pace as well. I will go a different way, and I'll say RCB will retain Rajat Patidar. So they will retain Virat Kohli, they will retain Rajat Patidar.
Oh, two Indian batsmen straight away retain. The foreign players, RTM or whatever, look for other options is what Priyatham is looking at. Okay, Rajat Patidar, I think will be RTM, but he will be with RCB. I can take an option of whether he might go for a good price or not, and then take a decision is my opinion. But then yes, but he will surely be with RCB. Yash Dayal is another option. Yash Dayal has been in the, on the upward rise. Priyatham, he's been a good Indian solid fast bowler. In fact, he's been considered for the Indian side as well. So RCB can retain him at an uncapped player. Uncapped player option can be reused on Yash Dayal for 4 crores. But whether he will agree to that is the big question, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the question. I'm not sure because these details have not been released to us. I know amongst the capped players, I have an option of saying no, thank you. I'll look at my fair market value in the auction. But does an uncapped player, when the team says no, we want to retain you, does he have the same liberty wherein he can go and say, I want to explore my value in the auction? I don't know. If that is the case, Yash Dayal may choose to go out. But if that is not the case, yeah, RCB will retain Yash Dayal as an uncapped player. No brainer. That is a no brainer.
No brainer. Yes, uncapped player at 4 crores. Yash Dayal will be a good, good selection and good retain option. I think. Any other players you are looking at? These are the players. Any other players you're looking at, Priyatham, in the RCB lineup?
Yeah, thank you for asking, Badri. I was going to say that 2 more players that RCB definitely would have explored the RTM. One player they will definitely explore the RTM is Will Jacks. Will Jacks was phenomenal. If you can recall, RCB was 1-5 or 1-6. Will Jacks, and on our shows in Tamil, I was saying they got to get Will Jacks into the team. They got to get Will Jacks into the team. Will Jacks came in and they went on like a 7-game winning streak or something, if memory serves me right. So Will Jacks, they may not retain at 14 crores, but definitely Will Jacks is an RTM. He can bowl handy off spin. He's that big hitter in the middle, followed by Rajat Patidar, Virat Kohli at the top. So yeah, I think Will Jacks will be an RTM for RCB.
Yeah, in fact, last season, after Will Jacks started playing and when he came into the 11, RCB's upward trend started, and he was the kind of the fill-in-the-blanks player that was missing for RCB. He can bowl a bit as well, excellent fielder, excellent hitter. So yes, he will be a good RTM option for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Will you put Will Jacks ahead of a Faf or a Maxwell? That's the question?
At the moment, yes, the upside is far more because he's younger. Maxwell is a big hitter as well, but Will Jacks, the upside is more. He's delivered for you. Recency bias is there. So yeah, definitely Will Jacks on the RCB depth chart will be ahead of Maxwell and Faf du Plessis. Another player.
That's where I differ with you, Priyatham, because I feel that one Sunday doesn't make us one swallow doesn't make a Sunday, whatever the saying is. I'm not sure. I think I'll go with that because these two players, especially Faf, I wouldn't even go with Maxwell because Maxwell is always a wild card. You know what? We don't know what's going to happen with him. But Faf, that reliability, that stability, and a leadership option. In case you don't get a captain, the leadership option is there. So I will put Faf definitely ahead of Will Jackson.
Maybe they will go for the RTM, but I'm thinking not for a possible retention. The other player that they definitely would have talked about a lot is Cam Green, because RCB like that middle order batsman who can bowl. But Cam Green is going to undergo back surgery, so he's out for 6 months. So the fitness issues are there. So I think RCB will not even attempt to RTM him. If he was fit, they would have talked about the RTM. But because of his back surgery, earliest he's going to come back is April, which means he'll miss the start of the IPL. And Cricket Australia may say, rehab, don't go to the IPL. So there's no point locking up that salary cap with Cam Green. So I don't think they'll go for Cam Green. If he was fit, yes, they would have gone for Cam Green as an RTM at least. But not now.
Why I laughed was I have absolutely no confidence in Cameron Green because I seriously think he's overrated. In fact, taking him from Mumbai Indians was a mistake according to me by RCB. A huge investment of 17 crores was put on him. I don't think he's got that kind of ability to turn the match, whether it is bat or ball. Bowling is very ordinary, but batting, I don't think he's got that kind of a firepower or ability to do that. So having said that, Cameron Green, I agree with you that he is back surgery or not. He's definitely not a retention option. No RTM, no retention for RCB.
Yeah, but RCB historically has done that, Badri. They've gone to those big players. If you remember, Yuvraj towards the tail end of his career, they paid him 16 crores. So they go for the big name players. Historically, they've done that. That is one of the reasons why I said
Cameron Green is not a big name.
No.
I don't think
definitely Cam Green is an upcoming name, much as we think that he's not. He's very, very highly rated within the Australian circles, but he's not going to be picked. So there's no point talking about him. But so to recap, Badri, Virat Kohli for sure, Rajat Patidar for sure, Yash Dayal for sure, and I would definitely look at RTMing Will Jacks.
So that is what Pratham says. So my list straight away, yes, Virat Kohli. Faf du Plessis, yes, I will definitely go with him. I'm impressed with Will Jacks as well. I will retain Virat and Faf, and I will use an RTM for Will Jacks, and I will definitely use an RTM for Rajat Patidar as well. And yes, Dayal, according to me, will be an uncapped. So 5 players I will look to keep, and then the rest of the squad I can build around. Because let's be honest, for all that RCB has done or not done, they don't have a trophy, but they had 2 decent seasons. They beat CSK and qualified to the playoffs. So I wouldn't rule that out. Let's wait and watch. A lot of interesting decisions coming our way, and they will have to be submitted before the end of this month. Royal Challengers Bangalore will have their hands full. Thank you, Pratham, for coming on Cricket with Badri and sharing your thoughts.
Thank you, Badri.
Thank you. And this video was presented to you by DIVO News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and press the bell icon as well. Whenever we post a video, you will get a notification. Thank you, guys. See you soon. Bye.